And then when he asked me why, like, why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to add on to your education? I had to tell him I'm pursuing a life as an artist. I don't want to, do the corporate stuff forever. I can do it to pay my bills. I can do it to save money, but I'm ultimately doing it to fuel my passion. I'm doing it to fund my ambitions. And doing my master's is going to be very counterproductive because that's going to take all my time. And it was one of the hardest things I had to say to my father because it felt like I was spitting in his face. Because up until now, he had no idea that I wanted to be serious about this stuff. He knew I was interested, but he didn't realize how serious I was about it. So it took him a while to accept that. Yeah, man, that was one of the things that was very defining for me. And my friends, they were always supportive from the beginning. They always knew I had some hidden talents here and there that they saw glimpses of. So they were all fairly supportive.
Man, props to you, man. That is a Hall of Fame level difficult conversation to have growing up as a dumb kid where you're like, yo, education beyond this point is not for me. And I think, specifically within our culture, obviously I think it's known that double dads and sons are always butt heads. I have yet to find one where there's no level of friction. For you to stand on business, man, and really say, look, this is my vision, this is what I'm gonna stand on and go full throttle, that's dope. A lot of people will have those same thoughts and ideas, but they will succumb to, whether it's family pressure, societal pressure, and just like they'll just stay in their brain and they never act on it. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I think with them, I think it's been cool. I mean, even seeing you like the time I know you, man, the progression's been dope. I think for me, one of the most dope moments was to see you film your music video in front of Madison Square Garden. And then, obviously like to see you like cook up with our other homie Praveen. I
Yeah.
mean, that's dope, man. I think it's important to have great friends, but I think when you can share like your creative passions with people that you're cool with, I think that's just cloud nine in my eyes. Like, talk to me about those two moments there.
Yeah, bro. So I gotta talk about Praveen first because I linked with him first, right? He was one of the guys that I could immediately just see myself on the same page. We were on the same wavelengths, everything, right? We had the same passions because he also wanted to do the acting thing first, and then he wanted to be in the movie maker mindset. So we had just on that same foundation, we were already connected. And then maybe he's really just a younger version of me in that aspect, right? And then he also, obviously great singer, right? Amazing, beautiful voice. So he took me on as my tumbi and started calling me Anna very early on. I'm like, great. I'm glad like I have the little brother in music or the arts that I never had. You know what I mean? So it was just good to have a little bro. Even though there's so much that I'm actually learning from him, it was good to be that like figure in his life, that support piece, when it comes to just being like mentally there for him, to try to help push him, because I know he's like super ultra talented, right? So I just loved making music with him. I knew I had to get involved with him right off the bat as soon as Rahul, our boy, introduced. uh,
Hey,
the ultimate, that by the way, also side note, Rahul, the ultimate connector, ultimate hype man connecting piece. That was a great find. You know, down the line when me and Praveen, when we start getting more established as artists and established as a duo, we got to give shout out to Rahul for making that happen. But yeah, I just thought right off the bat I had to do something with him, and we did, man. We did. We have a couple songs out, a few songs actually, and some people say that's some of my best work, right? Some of my best like rap verses they've heard, they've seen it with him, and I think just me and him when we go into a studio together, we really want to like subconsciously just bring out the best in each other, right? Or consciously and intentionally, because we're there and we're like, yeah, well, let's not just hone it in. Let's actually like make actual magic, right? So we both have that same mentality.